Hello, this is David Taylor at Web Media in Chester. And in this video, I just want to talk about the thinking and the anatomy of a website design and build. And the example we're using today is a site that we recently built called Hadin. And it's a sandwich shop based in Mold in North Wales. Now, the first thing that we thought about, or that the client provided, was this logo in the top left that they had either designed themselves or had designed. So immediately we had some thoughts on how do we integrate the logo. And this is always the case if a business already has a logo that it is firmly wedded to. We basically have to make sure that the website that we design is in keeping with the logo. And this particular logo uses a typography, as you can see, that we have replicated in the primary headings of the website. And it's secondly, it's all lowercase, which we have replicated again. And the predominant colors are orange and white, which we need to take into account. So we took that on board. We found out what the logo, what the typography was in this logo, and we installed that so that we could use that for the headings. And we also color matched the orange, so we knew what color that was, so we could use it. And we also looked, like this button here, the menu button. We looked at a complementary color to that orange, that we could use on the page as well. So in this case, the client had already written a number of pieces of content about their philosophy and the philosophy of the sandwich shop. This is a brand new business, by the way, so no previous website. And so we had something to go on in terms of what the client was trying to communicate here. So our thoughts were primarily, what do customers want first and foremost? Well, like most customers, they want to know, the first thing that they want to know is that, is this a real business, a credible business? Is this a business that I would be happy to transact with? And do they represent the values that I'm looking for in a sandwich shop in this case? And so that's why we chose this hero image above the fold. So the first thing that you see is the logo and the hero image. And then you have a heading, a small amount of introductory text, which customers may or may not read, and a call to action to the menu. Because having established the idea of this is a real, credible, professional, well-run sandwich shop, which hopefully that image goes quite a long way to do, as well as the overall design and the quality of the logo, all of those factors. The next thing that people or customers primarily want is they want access to the menu, because it's a sandwich shop and that is their primary offering. So the menu leads to an anchor text, or what we create is as the next section of the page, basically. And we didn't want to send customers to another page, having to click through the menu to another page, when they're real, one of their primary objectives as a customer is get me to the menu. So we put the menu purposely on the home page, and we used an image here on the right from the customer, from the client's own images of one of their food bowls. And we did it as a parallax image. As you can see, as you scroll down, the image on the right stays in place and the menu on the left moves. So you've got a pretty clear menu on the the right-hand side. The other thing that you've got going on, as you can see down here in the bottom right, is a floating icon for WhatsApp. So particularly if you're on mobile, this was important because it gave you immediate access to be able to speak to or message the business in order to order your sandwich or your bowl or whatever it is that you're ordering. So uh, so there's the menu. The next important factor for the customer is how easily can I order, how quickly can I order, and in what way do I order? So that's what we provided on the next section, as well as a little bit of information about allowing 30 minutes before collection. And moving down to the final section of the page, again, another one of the customer's images on the right, and a clear indication of what the address of the sandwich shop is, what the phone number is, and a live Google map. So you can see exactly where it is, and you can zoom in and out of the map. So we felt those were the essential components of the page. In terms of other pages, the client had a number of nice quality images to show off about the sandwich shop. So we created a gallery page for that because they do sell other things besides sandwiches and coffee. And we created a page of the backstory about the business and the fact that they sell other Welsh produce and they're into art and wellness. So there's a page about that as well. So that's what made up the website, and that was our approach. So firstly, establish a certain credibility around the quality of the product and the business and the operation. Secondly, fast access to the menu. Thirdly, how to order, and fourthly, where to go to get your sandwich. And then once we'd established those things, there were three more things that we needed to look at. The first one was load speed. So we needed to make sure that the page loaded quickly on mobile and desktop. Secondly, mobile, we knew that probably more than half of the people who look at this website will look at it on mobile. So it needed to look right on mobile and be easy to use on mobile. I've talked about the WhatsApp icon already. And thirdly, it needed to be found on Google for people who were looking for sandwich shops in the Mold, North Wales area. So those are a range of the considerations that we had to take into account when we built this website. And that's how we went about it. So I hope you found that interesting, and we'll see you on the next video.